How's it going, guys? This is the Core 3 from FightingGamesOnline.info, and I'm back with an update for Yatagarasu Attack on Cataclysm. The beta has officially been released to Indiegogo backers, and we got a chance to get our hands on it again, and so I wanted to give an update as I promised I would if I was able to get a hold of it. So basically what we're going to do is just go over a few things as far as what they've updated, what they plan to have in the final version, and some of the characters, the new characters that they've added. So in the first video, we talked about the fact that there were announcers, and that was kind of a special feature to Yatagarasu. And they have basically added all the announcers that they plan to add for this version, and they're available in the beta. There are basically 3 new Japanese announcers, and then they added 3 English announcers for the game. Once again, these are basically people who are in the fighting game community. I'm not really familiar with the Japanese announcers, but as far as the English announcers, you have James Chenser, who is a commentator oftentimes at major tournaments. You also have Ultra David, who is also a commentator, and you might know about their show, Ultra Chen, which you can catch on Twitch, and you can also catch YouTube if you subscribe to their channel. The last English commentator is Maximilian. You might be familiar with his Assist Me series. He's basically been doing a lot of Let's Play these days. So it's a nice welcome addition. You're definitely going to get some funny commentary from them. And it's something to look forward to when they finally release the official game. Alright, so now I guess we'll get into the characters. Before we get into the 2 newest characters, I want to just go over Azor, as there's been a couple changes to his character. Now, I made a very big mistake in my last video. I forgot to mention one of his special moves, which is basically an anti-air that allows you to juggle your opponent pretty frequently. And I didn't really see it to begin with. It took me a while before I understood how the move worked, and now that I've seen it, it goes great with his wheel kick, which is the next thing that I wanted to get into, because that actually has changed in itself. Now, in the previous version of the alpha build, you were able to do a ground bounce in the air if you caught your character in the air. Now you can do a ground bounce anywhere with the EX kick, and this basically increases the potential of Azor. It definitely allows for a lot more juggles, especially with the special move that I forgot to mention, and you'll see that the character just has a lot more potential to him as you start to play with him. Now, his super moves haven't changed a great deal, but I do see a bit of improvement in the first one, which hits the opponent in the air. Now it looks like that when you hit the opponent, and of course it launches them into the air, it also hits on the way down, and I don't recall that basically being able to do that when I first used the move. So it seems a lot more useful. I still feel like he should have had something different, but at the end of the day, it's still nice. It's still a nice move, and of course you can use it as an anti-air. So I think potentially it can be something that is useful. Well, that's pretty much it for Azor's character. He's still a favorite of mine. I still plan to use him, I guess, once the final version comes out, and I think he's going to be a really good character. Now, before I just get into the new characters, I just want to once again be a reminder that this is a beta, so things are still not finalized as yet. So the first character that I want to get into is Kotaro, and she looks like she's like basically a playful character. A lot of her moves are very interesting, and basically I just wanted to go over what she has. So she looks mainly like a juggle character. She does a lot of her special moves have a lot of juggle properties in them. The first special move that I saw basically launches your character into the air, and then she has another move, of course, which also is a special move that works in the air also. So you can kind of use those moves in tandem with each other to make combos. Even one of her command normals puts you in a juggle state. So yeah, she really does have a lot of ability to do juggles. The other special move that she has is a command throw. So that really gives her a lot of mixed up potential in itself, and it can actually go into a lot of her command normals, which include the juggle command normal as well. Her last special move is not really an attack. It works in conjunction with your normal moves. Essentially, it's basically her jumping, sort of like a super jump. And you know, the weak version of the move, basically, she jumps vertical, and the strong version, it moves her horizontally. Now, when you get into the EX version of it, it makes it a lot more effective. So you're able to kind of cross up with certain moves, and that really gives her a lot more strength as a character. But still, it requires meter to do that. Now, her two supers, I feel like they're pretty effective. The first one requires that you basically have to come in contact with the character in order for it to activate. It works in the air. It'll work off of your combos. It works fairly well off your special move. Very easy to combo into off of the juggle. But that is no ground game for it. So you can only expect to use this move in the air. There's just no other way around it. Her second special art is also an air type of combo. It's a status effect changer, and it affects the way that you jump. It also affects the way that you move, and I believe that you can't use any special moves either. So that's essentially it for Kotaro. I think she's definitely a fun character to play with. Don't know how people are going to take her once the actual final version comes out, but she's definitely interesting, to say the least. Now, Aja is the final new character for the game, and she definitely has a lot of interesting properties, especially when it comes to her special moves. Essentially, all of her special moves can cancel into each other, okay? Basically, each special move can cancel at least once, okay? And it doesn't really matter what variation, they all can cancel into each other. Now, each of her special moves have a special attribute to them. One of them works to pull your character in. Others work as juggles. You have two that basically do a juggle state. You have another one that actually do one that will bounce the character off the ground. So basically, it all depends on how you mix and match each special move. Now, her first special basically is a basic attack. Pretty strong, very easy to combo into. Does well for ground attacks, so very strong move. Her second super art essentially allows you to cancel the special moves more than just once. So you can basically do like 3-string combos with special moves, and it could even probably go up to 4, depending on how much time you spend with the character. You could probably get it to go up to even higher than that. So she's a very interesting character. I don't really know how to feel about her right now, but I think there are definitely going to be some people who want to play with her. As far as the rest of the cast goes, I know that there are a few changes. I didn't really get into great detail with the rest of the cast. As of course, this is still the beta version. I believe that the final version is still going to change a lot of their properties. Now, the developers have promised that GGPO is going to be in the final version. There was nothing here to showcase in the beta, so I basically just played and just messed around with the characters a bit. So there was nothing really there as far as online play went. So Yatagarasu Attack on Cataclysm is basically scheduled to release sometime within this year, and we're probably looking around about end of January, beginning of February. There hasn't been an announcement yet, but hopefully everything is running smooth and they're ready to release the game sometime around that period. If this is the first time that you're hearing about the game, you can go back to my first video where I talked about the alpha build. I basically explained everything about the release of the game and just went over a lot of details. So you can go check that out if you missed that. Once again, I'll just basically put some links in the description so that you kind of look up stuff as far as like where you can purchase the game and certain information if you're interested in learning more about the game itself. That's it for the first look update. This game has been a long time coming, and it looks like it's basically in its final stages, and hopefully they can finish the game up, and I believe that people are going to enjoy it. Of course, we plan to do a review, and we'll also have a test play, so stay tuned for more information.